You never had a loss. It was only a lesson. You never lose. You always learn. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well. Listen, let's get into it today. I got some heat for you, and I know you're going to be empowered as I share with you real briefly, real shortly. Listen, if you're not a part of our Academy community, if you're not a part of our online digital family, you're playing yourself. I need you to make sure that you join the Eagles Academy, where we empower you to soar into success and purpose. If you know that there's greater that's on the inside of you, there's something that's calling, you've dealt with that nagging, tugging feeling that you know there's just more for you. I'm telling you, this is the Academy community of accountability to push your purpose to another level, to really take you from where you are to where you can be, from purpose to profit, from ideas to income, contacts to contracts, and so much more. Go right now, www.theeaglesacademy.com. Can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Listen, I want to get into it. I want to talk about taking personal ownership. I heard somebody say, when you point the finger at somebody else, you always got more pointed back in your direction. And a lot of times we feel and say, you know, if I had this, if I wasn't in this particular place and so forth, if I had these resources, I would be here by now. Hindsight is always 20/20. It's easy for us to look back in retrospect and blame everybody else for oftentimes our own shortcomings, when really we just have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. Sometimes you got to work harder. Sometimes it takes you longer to get to where you're supposed to be than somebody else. Everybody's race is different, right? The race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to the one who endures to the end. Hear me. Life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Do you have the determination to go the distance? Let me say it again. Do you have the determination to go the distance? Notice I didn't say motivation. Motivation is like taking a bath. You do it today, you're going to have to do it tomorrow. At least I hope so, right? It's fleeting. Determination is about the consistency. Whether I feel like doing it or not, I'm committed to my commitment. I'm committed to my commitments. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do because I'm determined to get it done. It's the determination for me. Determination is about the personal ownership, right? Just because I didn't have this, just because my father wasn't there, I can't keep blaming certain people for why I am how I am and for where I am as well. Can't keep blaming people for how you are, for why you are how you are, for why you are where you are. Got to take personal ownership. I heard somebody say, listen, if it's to be, it's up to me. Notice we're not talking about them. We're not pointing the blame now. If it's to be, it's up to them. No. If it's to be, it's up to you and me. It's about us. Listen, I know we've all been through some form of trauma in our life. You don't get through this life unscathed. You don't get through this life unscarred. We all go through trauma. It's what we do with that. Hopefully you're managing it with counseling, with therapy, with spiritual advisor or advisors, whatever the case may be. Hopefully you're taking some time to meditate and write down your thoughts and to actually sit in it, to process the process. But after a while, it comes a time to where I'm not blaming anybody for who I am and for where I am. I got to take personal ownership. Such and such was not there for you. Such and such may have debilitated you or seemingly destroyed your own confidence. But it's what do you do from here on out? Right? I remember times in my life where my father was not present there. I was blaming him for many years of my life for not being there when I was a kid with cancer, for not, teaching me and taking me along the ropes of boyhood to manhood. But it came a time where I had to stop blaming him, and I had to take personal responsibility for myself. So much so, I developed a mentoring program to help young boys navigate the space from boyhood to manhood where I was lost at. Right? How do you turn the obstacle into an opportunity? How do you turn the obstacle into overcoming? It's a mind shift. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Could it possibly be that you're going through this wilderness journey just so that you can have a testimony? So that you can navigate the space and place to let somebody else know, listen, I've been where you've been. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to hit your head and make mistakes and to be on hard times, but don't you dare give up in the process. Let me not just give you the words of encouragement. Let me show you what it takes to be determined. Right? Listen, I know what they did to you. I get it. I know they hurt you. But this is what I'm going to do for me. I know what they did to you, but you got to say, this is what I'm going to do for me. If it's to be, it's up to me. I'm taking ownership of my healing. I'm taking ownership of my future. I'm taking ownership of my destiny. I'm taking ownership of my purpose. I'm taking ownership of my peace. And I'm not putting it in the hands of other people. I'm taking personal ownership and accountability for my life. Let everybody else off the hook. Right? But keep yourself focused on the journey to the destiny. And so many times we focus on the destination that we would just want to jump from where we were to where we need to be or where we want to be. Don't focus on just the destination. Focus on the journey. The scenic route of life has substance. The scenic route of life is substantive. Life isn't always a highway. Sometimes you're going on avenues and boulevards, avenues of apathy and animosity, boulevards of breakthrough, right? Certain streets that you don't feel complete. Navigate your space and your place to where you take ownership of your life. It's the personal accountability. If it's to be, it's up to me. I know what they did to you, but this is what I'm going to do for me. Healing is your responsibility. You can't live your life as a victim. Gotta live your life as a victor. Can't live your life blaming a perpetrator, because we've all been perpetrators in some way, shape, or form. You haven't always done everything right. I haven't always done everything right. It's the fact of saying, all right, I'm going to take a personal accountability for me. I'm drawing a line in the sand that today is the rest of my life. Today begins the rest of my life, because I'm going to do something different with my life. Somebody is waiting for me to be who I am so they can become who they're supposed to be. And it's all through personal ownership, responsibility, and accountability. Listen, healing looks good on you. Turning trauma into triumph, it looks good on you. I know the part of going through it doesn't look good, but coming out is better than when you were in. It's coming out of it is better than where you went in. But hear me, you going through the process is a place of growth. It is the learning of what it is that you went through. Listen, I told somebody the other day, I said, listen, you never had a loss. It was only a lesson. You never lose. You always learn. Let me say it again. You didn't lose. You just learned a lesson. You never lost. You only learned. What are you learning in your process? Taking personal ownership and accountability. Because here it is. Somebody's waiting for you to pay it forward. And you can't pay it forward if you keep living your life in reverse. If you keep living your life in regret. If you keep living your life backward rather than making forward progress. Come on now. It's up to you. You got to go for it. Got to prioritize your peace. Got to prioritize your purpose. Got to make yourself a priority. Got to prioritize your gift. Your gift will make room for you, bring you before great men. Hear me. When you have a gift, you don't need a gimmick. You can be as genuine as you were created to be, authentically, uniquely, transparently you. You never need a gimmick because you're gifted. On purpose, for a purpose. Because you have a dynamic destiny and purpose. It's time for you to go for it. Take ownership, take accountability. It's about living the rest of your life now. Today's the first day for you to live your life on a new level. Go for it. Grow through it. Sit in the pain if you have to. Process it. Embrace your humanity. Honor it. But don't let it dull your identity. Seize the opportunity. Listen, I hope you got something from that. As I said before, check us out. The Academy family, focused on empowering you to soar into success and greater purpose. Connect with me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok too. We don't stop at Eddie Connor Jr. Of course, soar into it as an eagle. Yeah, that's right, you're an eagle. Empowered, authentically gifted leaders envisioning success. Eagles Academy. Want to see your face in our digital space? www.theeaglesacademy.com. Come on, if you got something from this, comment, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can always be alert, because I've always got something to tell. All right, peace and love. We're going to do it again.